Hi everyone, my name is Elisa, your English teacher. Welcome to our lesson on linking verbs and predicate words. Linking verbs help us connect the subject of a sentence to additional information without showing action. Like in a sentence, the cake tastes delicious. Tastes in this sentence is a linking verb. Identifying these verbs is important because it makes your communication clearer, whether you are writing or speaking. In this lesson, we will also look at predicate words, those that follow linking verbs and either rename or describe the subject, such as in she's a teacher. A teacher is a predicate word. It follows the linking verb is. Or the sky is blue. Blue is the predicate word. It follows the linking verb is. So let's learn more about linking verbs and predicate words. If you are ready, let's begin. So first, let's clarify what are linking verbs. A linking verb is a verb that connects the subject of a sentence to a word or phrase that provides more information about it. These verbs do not express action, but instead serve as a bridge between the subject and the complement. Let's take a look at the examples of linking verbs in sentences. For example, she is a teacher. Is links she to a teacher. One more time. Is a linking verb because it links she, the subject she, to a teacher. A teacher is a complement. So the linking verb is links the subject she to the complement a teacher. Or another example, the sky looks cloudy. Looks is a linking verb because it links the sky is a subject, to cloudy, and cloudy is a complement. So looks links the sky to cloudy. The sky looks cloudy. Common linking verbs. The most commonly used linking verb is to be in its various forms. For example, am, is, are. So these are the forms of the verb to be in present tense. Was, were. These are the forms of the verb to be in past tense. Be, being, been. By the way, if you would like to learn more about the verb to be, I have a separate lesson on my channel about it. You can check it out. Other common linking verbs include verbs related to the senses, such as look, sound, smell, taste, feel. And verbs indicating a state of being, seem, appear, become, grow, remain, stay, turn, prove. Let's read more examples of linking verbs in sentences. For example, the soup smells delicious. Smells is a linking verb because it links the soup to delicious. He became a doctor. Became is a linking verb because it links he to a doctor. This dress feels soft. Feels is a linking verb because it links this dress to soft. They seem happy. Seem is a linking verb because it links they to happy. We have just learned what the linking verbs are, and now let's answer this question. What are predicate words? Let's take a look. Predicate words are the words that follow linking verbs and provide additional information about the subject. So it's important to remember that predicate words follow linking verbs and provide additional information about the subject. They can be either predicate nouns or predicate adjectives. So, let's first talk about predicate nouns. A predicate noun follows a linking verb and renames or defines the subject. For example, my brother is a musician. Musician is a predicate noun. It's a predicate word. Specifically, it's a predicate noun. Musician renames brother. So my brother is a musician, and is a linking verb. Or another example, the winner was Sarah. Sarah renames winner. So Sarah is a predicate noun, and was is a linking verb. This is my favorite book. Book renames this. So this is my favorite book. Is a linking verb, and book is a predicate noun. Book renames this. This is my favorite book. A predicate adjective follows a linking verb and describes the subject. So if a predicate noun renames or defines the subject, a predicate adjective describes the subject. For example, the sky looks blue. Blue describes sky. So blue is a predicate adjective, and looks is a linking verb. The cake tastes sweet. Sweet is a predicate adjective. Sweet describes cake, and tastes is a linking verb. So a predicate adjective follows a linking verb. He seems tired. Tired describes he. So tired is a predicate adjective, and seems is a linking verb. Now we know that linking verbs can be followed by nouns and by adjectives. And you may ask me, can a linking verb be followed by a verb? It's a good question. Typically, a linking verb isn't followed directly by another verb expressing an action. Instead, linking verbs connect the subject to a complement, usually a noun, pronoun, or adjective that describes or renames the subject. However, in some cases, you might see a linking verb followed by an infinitive phrase, but that infinitive functions as a complement, not as an independent action verb. She seems to be happy. To be happy functions as a complement. It does not function as an independent action verb. Now, let's compare linking verbs and helping verbs. Although linking verbs and helping verbs may sometimes appear similar, because these are actually the same verbs, am, is, are, was, were, right? You can tell me, okay, these are the same verbs. How do I understand if they function as linking verbs or as helping verbs? So it's important to understand that they serve very different purposes in a sentence. Linking verbs, let's compare linking verbs and helping verbs. Linking verbs connect the subject to additional information, a predicate noun or adjective, we have just learned that, without expressing an action. But helping verbs work together with the main verb to form a verb phrase that indicates tense, mood, or voice. Now, she is a doctor, linking verb. She is running fast. In this sentence, this is a helping verb. In the first sentence, she is a doctor. This is a linking verb because it connects or it links the subject she to the complement a doctor. It does not express an action. But in the second sentence, she is running fast. Is a helping verb because it works together with the main verb running. Is running. And they form the verb phrase for present continuous. She is running. Is running is a verb phrase for present continuous. Now, linking verbs stand alone as the main verb of a sentence, and helping verbs support the main verb and are not the main verb themselves. So they just support the main verb. By the way, if you would like to learn more about helping verbs, I have a separate lesson about helping verbs on my channel. You can check it out. Now, another point is it's very important for us to understand verbs related to senses and states of being. Verbs such as look, sound, feel, taste, smell, seem, appear, and become can sometimes be confusing because they can function as both linking verbs and action verbs, depending on the context. So let's take a look at them as linking verbs and as action verbs. When these verbs are used to describe the state or condition of the subject, they act as linking verbs. Now, these verbs can also describe an action performed by the subject. In this case, they become action verbs. For example, the soup smells delicious. Here, smells is linking the subject soup to the predicate adjective delicious. So in this case, it's a linking verb. Let's take a look at this example. He smelled the flower. In this case, smelled is an action verb describing the act of inhaling the scent of the flower. So, he smelled the flower. In this sentence, smelled is the action verb. In some cases, you may still be confused whether it's a linking verb or an action verb. Now I'm going to tell you how to tell the difference. So first of all, context is key. Look at the overall sentence structure. As linking verbs, as action verbs. If the verb is connecting the subject to a description or a noun, which is a predicate, it's functioning as a linking verb. But if the verb indicates an action performed by the subject, it's an action verb. Very simple. For example, the cake tastes sweet. Tastes is a linking verb because it describes the cake. And in this sentence, he tasted the cake. It's an action verb because it shows the act of tasting. So he actually tasted the cake. It's the act of tasting, trying it. But if you're still confused, please try the replacement test. It should definitely work. For linking verbs, try replacing the verb with a form to be. If the sentence still makes sense, it's likely being used as a linking verb. Let's take a look at this example. The flowers smell fragrant. Now, replace with are. The flowers are fragrant. It still makes sense, right? The flowers smell fragrant and the flowers are fragrant. If the sentence makes sense after replacing the verb with the form of the verb to be, which is are, it's a linking verb. The flowers smell fragrant, so smell is a linking verb. Now let's try this with action verbs. He smelled the flower. He was the flower. Does it make sense? So we tried to replace smelled with the form of the verb to be, but it doesn't make sense. It doesn't work. So it's an action verb. So if you would like to be sure 100% whether it's a linking verb or an action verb, just try this replacement test. It will help you to see the difference. Okay, great job. And now it's time to practice. In this lesson, I want you to do 2 exercises. In the first exercise, you need to identify the linking verb in each sentence. Please pause the video, read the sentences, and identify the linking verb in each sentence. Write your answers in the comments below, and I'm going to get back to you and check your answers. And in the second exercise, you need to determine which of the following sentences contain linking verbs. Again, pause the video, read the sentences, determine which of these sentences contain linking verbs, and write these sentences in the comments below. And I'm going to check your answers. Great job! Thank you for learning English with me. If you enjoyed this lesson, please remember to like it, subscribe to my channel, and leave your comments below. And of course, I'll see you in my next videos. See you soon. Take care.